This is chapter 6 of the miraculous journey of Edward Tulane. Alright, so if you haven't watched chapter 5, or if you forgot what happened, in chapter 5, Abilene boarded the ship to go to London. And there were two boys, Martin and Amos, and they wanted to see Edward, but Abilene said no. And so the boys grabbed Edward without Abilene's permission, and they started throwing him across the ship. And what happened was, one of the boys was about to throw him back to the other boy, and Abilene, in a fit of rage, tackled the boy. And when she did that, instead of the boy throwing Edward to the other boy, he lost his aim and tossed him overboard. So Edward just went into the ocean. Let's see what happens next. Chapter 6. How does a China rabbit die? Can a China rabbit drown? Is my hat still on my head? These were the questions that Edward asked himself as he went sailing out over the blue sea. The sun was high in the sky, and from what seemed to be a very long way away, Edward heard Abilene call his name. "Edward!" she shouted. "Come back!" Come back? Of all the ridiculous things to shout, thought Edward. As he tumbled, ears over tail, through the air, he managed to catch one last glimpse of Abilene. She was standing on the deck of the ship, holding on to the railing with one hand. In her other hand was a lamp. No, it was a ball of fire. No, Edward realized it was his gold pocket watch that Abilene held in her hand. She was holding it up high, and it was reflecting the light of the sun. My pocket watch, he thought. I need that. And then Abilene disappeared from view, and the rabbit hit the water with such tremendous force that his hat blew off his head. That answers that question, thought Edward, as he watched the hat dance away on the wind. And then he began to sink. He sank and sank and sank. He kept his eyes open the whole time, not because he was brave, but because he had no choice. His painted-on eyes witnessed the blue water turning. So there goes the boat, or the ship, I should say. And there's Edward, naked and drowning, or sinking. To green.
Right. This is chapter 5.
And then to blue again. They watched as it finally became as black as night. Edward went down and down. He said to himself, if I am going to drown, certainly I would have done so by now. Far above him, the ocean liner, with Abilene aboard it, sailed blithely on. And the China rabbit landed, finally, on the ocean floor, face down, and there, with his head in the muck, he experienced his first genuine and true emotion. Edward Tulane was afraid. Wow, so that's chapter 6. I hope you enjoyed it, and we're just starting to see a change in Edward. I'm wondering, do you know what that change is? If you know what that change is, go ahead and leave a comment, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because anytime I post new videos, you'll get a message letting you know. Alright? You guys have a good day.